Welcome to the deep dive. If you're a Shopify store owner, you probably know that feeling. You pour effort into your blog, you write articles, share tips, maybe tell your brand story. But then, well, you kind of wonder if anyone's actually reading it, let alone buying anything because of it. Can feel a bit like shouting into the void, can it? So today, we're here to change that. Our mission really is to help you transform your blog from just, a collection of words into a genuine, measurable business asset. We're talking about seeing its actual impact, understanding the real numbers, and proving its direct worth to your store's bottom line.
Absolutely. And I've seen firsthand how a data-driven blog strategy can, completely reshape a store's path forward. Our sources today, they highlight some incredible success stories. I mean, picture this. A fashion retailer increasing their organic traffic by, 143% in just 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, simply by optimizing their content based on what the data told them. Or, another example, a home goods store directly attributed over $24,000 in quarterly revenue to customer journeys that started with a blog post.
$24,000 just from the blog.
Directly linked. And the common thread in both: smart measurement. That's the key difference maker.
Okay, so let's back up a bit. Why does your Shopify blog even need all this measurement? I mean, isn't it just about getting content out there?
Well, the thing is, it's actually way more than just a publishing platform. It's really like a sophisticated marketing engine for your store if you use it right. Think about organic traffic first. Your blog creates all these different entry points, you see. Your product pages, they target those high-intent keywords like organic cotton baby onesie with snaps, written to buy stuff. But your blog, it can capture much broader, more informational searches. Things like how to choose baby clothes for sensitive skin, or maybe best fabrics for newborn clothing. It brings in a wider audience, often earlier in their buying journey.
Exactly. And consistently publishing quality content signals authority to search engines too. We've seen stores double their organic visibility pretty quickly just by getting strategic with their blogging.
And it really boosts your overall SEO efforts, doesn't it? Oh, massively. Beyond just keywords, blogging is crucial for internal linking. You link related posts and product pages together, and that helps search engines understand your site structure and spread authority around. It shows you know your stuff. And the link earning potential, it's huge. With product pages, let's be honest, they rarely get natural backlinks.
Right. Nobody links to a product page unless they're like an affiliate.
Exactly. But take a kitchen supply store we looked at. They earned amazing links from popular food bloggers, even big publications, all because they had these comprehensive cooking guides on their blog. That saved them thousands they might have otherwise spent on outreach.
That makes sense. And what about the softer side? Brand building.
Crucial. Your blog humanizes your brand. It turns what could be a faceless online store into, a trusted advisor. This builds trust before someone even thinks about buying, which can significantly improve conversion rates down the line. It supports customers through their whole journey, from just becoming aware of a need all the way to post-purchase tips.
Okay, so the blog is doing a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes.
Precisely. And if you're doing all that work without measuring, well, it really is like driving with your eyes closed. You might be moving, but are you going in the right direction? Are you missing opportunities?
Oh, or wasting resources.
Totally. A data-driven content strategy is vital. Analytics reveal these hidden patterns, what topics really connect, which formats drive engagement, even the best times to publish. Like, one beauty brand found their tutorial posts outperformed trend reports 3-to-1. Both traffic and conversions.
Interesting. So not what they might have expected.
Not at all. And another pet supply store, they were surprised their technical posts, analyzing ingredients, actually did better than the cute photo roundups. The data tells you what your audience actually values.
Which leads right into ROI, I guess.
Yeah, directly. Content creation is an investment, right? Your time, maybe paying writers or designers. Without measurement, how do you know if the blog is bringing in $500 or $5,000 a month? Is it doing better than your paid ads? We saw one electronic Shopify store. They found their blog was quietly generating 22% of their total revenue, just from organic search. That immediately justified increasing their content budget.
22%. That's significant.
It is, and measurement enables continuous improvement. Analytics pinpoint specific areas to optimize, like a home decor store. They boosted their blog conversion rate by 37%.
Wow.
Simply by redesigning their calls to action and improving internal linking, all based on analytics showing exactly where visitors were dropping off or getting lost. Plus, updating old posts often gives you faster results than creating something new, because they already have some SEO juice.
That's a really powerful case for the why. Okay, let me just jump in here. You're listening to a deep dive from The Deep Dive, a podcast powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. You can test it for free on your Shopify store. So the why is crystal clear. Let's get practical now. How do we actually set up the systems to capture all this crucial data? Where do we start?
Well, the good news is your Shopify store already has built-in analytics. It's a decent starting point. You can look at things like online store sessions by landing page that shows which posts are driving traffic. And acquisition reports show traffic sources, including blog posts.
Okay.
And if you're on a higher Shopify plan, the report builder lets you create custom reports, maybe combining blog traffic with sales data.
But you mentioned limitations earlier.
Yeah, there are some. Data retention is often just 90 days on basic plans, which makes long-term trend analysis difficult. They tend to focus more on sales than deep content engagement metrics, and integration with other tools can be limited.
Right. So given those limitations, where do we go for those deeper insights we've been talking about?
That's really where Google Analytics comes in, specifically GA4, that's the current standard, and definitely what we recommend.
Setting that up, is it complicated?
It's pretty straightforward. You add your GA4 tracking ID into your Shopify preferences. Super important. Make sure Enhanced E-commerce is enabled in GA4 settings and configured in Shopify. This is the magic bit that connects blog views to actual purchases, tracking that whole customer journey.
Okay, enhanced e-commerce. Got it.
Also, remember to exclude your own internal traffic you visiting your site shouldn't count. And use UTM parameters. Think of UTMs as little tags you add to links in your emails or social posts that point to your blog. They tell Google Analytics exactly where that visitor came from. Super useful for figuring out which promotion efforts actually work.
UTMs for tracking campaign effectiveness. Makes sense.
Once it's running, you'll want to create blog-specific segments in GA4. You can easily filter for just traffic, where the page path contains blogs, for example, and don't just track traffic. Set up specific goals related to your blog. Things like, did someone click from a blog post to a product page? Did they sign up for your newsletter? Did they spend more than, say, 2 minutes reading? These are all valuable actions.
Right, measuring engagement beyond just views.
Exactly. And a quick word on attribution models. Default is often last click, which honestly undervalues blogs because they're often the first touch point, not the last one before a sale.
Like the assist in hockey, not the goal scorer.
Perfect analogy. So look at models like first interaction or position-based in GA4. They give credit more fairly across the whole journey, showing the blog's real influence.
Okay, GA4 is key. Any other tools worth considering?
Definitely. For understanding how people interact, heat map and user behavior tools are fantastic. Things like Hotjar, Lucky Orange, or Crazy Egg, they show you where people click, how far they scroll, basically visualizing their behavior.
Like that clothing store example you mentioned.
Exactly. They saw people weren't scrolling far enough to see the products they featured. Moved the products up, conversions jumped 32%. Simple fix, big impact, all thanks to scroll maps.
Wow. Okay, what else?
SEO tools are pretty much non-negotiable, especially if organic search is a big goal. Google Search Console is free and absolutely essential. It shows you the actual search queries people use to find you, your rankings, click-through rates. Invaluable data.
And paid tools.
Tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz. They offer deeper dives into keyword tracking, competitor analysis, and especially backlink analysis. Remember that craft supply store? Their tutorials got 5x more backlinks. They likely identified that using one of these tools.
Right, and social media.
Yep, track that too. Native platform analytics are good, but integrating with tools like Buffer or Hootsuite can centralize things. If you use UTMs correctly on your social links, you can see in Google Analytics which platforms drive not just traffic, but valuable traffic that converts. Like that jewelry store, finding Pinterest visitors converted way better and spend more than Instagram visitors, even though Instagram set more clicks. That's a crucial insight for deciding where to focus your social efforts.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got the tools set up, the data's flowing. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, right? What do we actually look at? What are those key metrics for traffic and engagement?
Right, let's dive into the numbers. First up is just basic traffic volume. You've got total page views, which shows overall consumption. But unique visitors or users in GA4 tells you your actual audience size, your reach.
And the difference matters.
Yeah, the ratio between them gives you pages per session. If it's above, say, 1.5, that's generally a good sign. People are clicking around and exploring more than just one post. And always look at trends over time, like that gardening store seeing 300% spikes in spring. That lets them plan promotions and content perfectly.
Okay, volume and trends. What about where the traffic comes from?
Crucial. Look at traffic sources and channels.
Hmm.
For a healthy blog, you often want to see maybe 60–70% coming from organic search. That shows your SEO is working. Then you look at social media referrals, which platforms are actually sending people. Direct traffic and newsletter traffic indicate brand loyalty.
And identifying top posts.
Yes, but not just based on raw views. Look at top performing blog posts based on traffic quality. Which posts have high time on page? Which ones lead to conversions? A post might get fewer views but drive way more sales. That's the one you want to understand and replicate.
Quality over quantity. Got it. What about engagement?
Key metrics here are time on page and bounce rate. Think of them as proxies for content quality. Longer time on page usually means the content is engaging or valuable.
And bounce rate. High is bad.
Right. Not always, actually. For a blog, someone might land on a post, find exactly the answer they needed quickly, and leave satisfied. That's technically a bounce, but it's a good interaction if the time on page was decent. High bounce rate with very low time on page. That's usually a red flag. Maybe the content didn't match the headline or the page loaded slowly.
Context matters. Okay.
Then you have scroll depth and heat map analysis from those tools like Hotjar. These literally show you how far down the page people are reading. If everyone drops off before your main call to action, well, you know what to fix.
Like moving the CTAs higher.
Precisely. And don't discount qualitative stuff like comments and social shares. These tell you directly if your content is resonating, sparking conversation, and hitting the mark. It's valuable feedback.
Makes sense. Anything else on engagement?
Definitely look at mobile versus desktop performance. Mobile often drives the majority of traffic these days, maybe 60–70%.
Yeah.
But mobile visitors often behave differently, sometimes spending 20–30% less time on page.
So optimization is key there.
Absolutely. Short paragraphs, lots of subheadings, bullet points, good font size, minimum 16 pixels. Test on actual phones. Some stores even create specific mobile-friendly formats like quick reference guides, knowing mobile users might be looking for fast answers.
Right, meeting the user where they are. Okay, so we understand traffic, we understand engagement. Now the big question, how do we connect all this content effort to actual sales? What's the bottom line impact?
This is really the crux of it, isn't it? First, you need to clearly define your blog conversion goals. What actions do you want people to take after reading a post? Primary goals are usually things like clicking through to a product page. Maybe a 5–15% click-through rate from blog to product is healthy. Email newsletter signups are huge because they have high lifetime value. Add to carts directly influenced by the blog, and of course, completed purchases.
And secondary goals.
Things like internal link clicks to other posts or pages, viewing related products you might mention, maybe creating an account or adding an item to a wish list. These all show increasing engagement and purchase intent. You need to set these up as goal completions or conversions in GA4 to track them properly.
Okay, so tracking specific actions, then how do we measure the actual revenue?
Right. Attributing sales to blog content. We touched on this, but it bears repeating. Last click attribution is often misleading for blogs. You absolutely need to look at assisted conversion reporting and use those multi-channel attribution models like position-based to see the full picture of how the blog contributes to sales over the entire customer journey.
Seeing the assists, not just the final goal.
Exactly. Also, look at average order value, AOV, from blog traffic. Often, visitors arriving from blog content are more educated about your products or solutions, so they might buy more or higher value items. That home goods store example, their blog traffic had a 30% higher conversion rate specifically for their premium product lines.
Because the blog pre-sold them on the value.
Precisely. And related to that is customer lifetime value, CLTV. Customers acquired through educational blog content often stick around longer and spend more over time. That skincare store finding 23% higher retention for customers who came in via their educational content. That's huge long-term value.
This really highlights the power of understanding that whole journey, doesn't it? From reading a post to becoming a loyal customer. And I mean, this is exactly where tools that help you act on these insights can make a huge difference.
Indeed. Once you know which blog posts are driving those high-intent visitors, the ones who are really engaging and showing buying signals, you need to optimize your conversion strategies right then and there. Tools like Growth Suite, for example, are specifically designed to help you leverage that kind of analysis. They enable data-driven campaigns, optimize discount strategies. You can convert those engaged blog readers with perfectly timed offers, analyze their behavior to boost conversions. It's really about making all that content effort directly translate into revenue.
Connecting the dots from content to cash.
Exactly. And that leads to the ultimate metric, calculating blog ROI. You need to be realistic about blog content costs, writer fees, your own time, design work, any promotion costs, even opportunity cost. Then you measure the total blog-generated revenue. This should be a blend include direct sales attributed via your chosen model, assisted conversions, and maybe even an estimate of the increased long-term value.
And the calculation.
Standard formula, revenue minus cost divided by cost, then multiply by 100 to get a percentage. But remember, content has a long tail. Consider time-adjusted ROI because a blog post written today might keep bringing in revenue for years. And definitely compare your blog's ROI to your other marketing channels. Is it performing better than paid search? Social ads. That tells you where to allocate your budget.
Super important perspective. Now, let's shift gears slightly to SEO performance. For most blogs, organic search is the lifeblood, right?
Absolutely critical. So for SEO metrics, first is keyword rankings and visibility. You need to track how you rank for your main target keywords, both broad ones and those specific long-tail phrases, like silicone car dashboard protectant for leather, very specific, likely high intent. Compare your rankings to competitors, too.
Where do we find this?
Google Search Console is your best friend here for seeing actual performance in Google Search. It gives you search impressions, how often your pages appeared in results, and click-through rates, CTR. High impressions but low CTR. That's a huge signal your page title or meta description needs work. That Craft Supply store boosted traffic 34% just by optimizing those.
Small tweaks, big result.
Often, yes. Also, pay attention to featured snippets and rich results, those boxes at the top of Google. Getting your content featured there can massively increase visibility. Requires specific formatting sometimes.
Okay, rankings, CTR, snippets. What about links?
Backlink performance is still a major factor. Monitor new links coming in. Look at the quality of the linking site, its authority, its relevance. Remember the outdoor gear store. Links from hiking blogs were gold, even if some general news site had higher raw authority. Relevance matters.
And internal links.
Yes, don't forget your internal linking structure. Identify content that doesn't have many links pointing to it, sometimes called orphaned content, and make sure it's integrated into your site structure. A well-linked site helps both users and search engines.
Makes sense. What about the technical side of SEO?
Foundational. You can have the best content, but if the technicals are shaky, it won't perform. Page speed and core web vitals are huge now. LCP, FID, CLS basically. How fast your page loads, how quickly it responds to clicks, and if stuff jumps around visually while loading.
Google cares about user experience.
Deeply. Use tools like Google Page Speed Insights to check your scores and get recommendations. Often it's image optimization or server response time. Mobile friendliness is table stakes. Now Google uses the mobile version for indexing primarily. And check your indexation status in Search Console. Make sure Google can actually find and crawl all your important blog posts. Use XML sitemaps.
Got it. Technical foundations are key. So beyond the technical SEO, how do we figure out what type of content is actually working best?
Right. This is content performance analysis. First, look at content type effectiveness. Compare how different formats perform. Are your how-to guides doing better than case studies? Is product-focused content converting better than purely educational stuff? Look across multiple metrics, traffic, time on page, conversions.
So maybe how-tos get traffic, but case studies get leads.
Exactly that kind of insight. Then there's content length and depth analysis. Is there a correlation between word count and engagement or rankings in your niche? That beauty store found their super long 4,000-word guides got lots of links, but read completion rates were lower, so maybe they needed better formatting or perhaps shorter was actually better for their audience's engagement. It's a balancing act.
Interesting. What about multimedia?
Definitely measure multimedia impact assessment. Do posts with videos get significantly higher time on page? Our sources suggest often 2-3 times higher. Do posts with custom graphics or infographics get more social shares? That fitness store saw a 3x increase in shares with custom graphics.
So investing in visuals can pay off.
Often, yes. Also analyze topic and keyword performance. Which broad topics or topic clusters are driving the best results? Balance what your audience is interested in with what's relevant to your products. Use Search Console to find those unexpected high-conversion keywords, even low-volume ones. And don't forget, seasonal and trend analysis. Capitalize on predictable cycles or jump on relevant trending topics if it makes sense for your brand.
And what about old content? Does it just sit there?
No. That's where content decay and refresh strategy comes in. Content naturally loses effectiveness over time. Monitor older posts for declining traffic, rankings, or engagement. Prioritize refreshing the ones that have high potential, where maybe they used to rank well, or target valuable keywords.
Updating is often better than starting from scratch.
Often yields faster and higher ROI, yes. Which leads to analyzing your mix of evergreen versus time-sensitive content. Evergreen content stays relevant long-term. Usually aiming for maybe 70–80% evergreen is a good balance for sustainable traffic.
Wow, okay, this is a lot of data. It sounds incredibly powerful, but maybe a bit overwhelming. How do we actually translate all these insights into concrete action without getting buried in spreadsheets?
That's a great question, and it's really key. The first step is creating performance dashboards. You don't need to track every single metric all the time. Pick the key ones that matter most for your goals right now. Use tools like Google Data Studio, now Looker Studio, or maybe Databox to build visual dashboards that pull data from multiple sources. Google Analytics, Search Console, maybe Shopify itself. Set up automated reporting so the data comes to you. Start simple, maybe just traffic, top posts, and key conversions per post.
So focus on the vital signs first.
Exactly. Then set performance benchmarks. Need a baseline. Where are you starting from? Then set realistic growth targets. Maybe aim for 20–30% year-over-year growth for an established blog. Look at competitors if you can, but mainly focus on improving your own past performance. Tiered goals can be good too. Minimum, target, stretch.
And sharing this info.
Crucial for getting buy-in or reporting up. Share insights with stakeholders. Create executive summaries focused on the bottom line ROI, revenue impact. Customize reports the marketing team might need granular detail, while the store owner might just want the high-level business impact.
Tailor the message. Makes sense.
Then implement a testing and optimization framework. Don't just guess test. A/B test headlines, calls to action, different content formats, images. Have a systematic process for regularly reviewing and optimizing your posts based on the data. You can also leverage audience segmentation. Does content perform differently for new versus returning visitors? Maybe personalize recommendations.
Okay, test, learn, optimize.
And then scale what works. Once you identify patterns in successful content, maybe a certain structure, a certain tone, certain types of topics, create templates or repeatable formulas. Develop modular content components you can reuse. Don't reinvent the wheel every time.
Smart.
Yes.
And resource allocation.
Resource allocation based on performance. If how-to guides are consistently driving massive ROI, invest more time and budget there. If listicles aren't performing despite effort, maybe reduce focus on those. Balance short-term wins, like optimizing high-traffic posts, with long-term goals, like building out a comprehensive topic cluster.
Let the data guide the investment.
Precisely. And finally, it's about continuous learning and improvement. This isn't a one-time setup. Establish regular performance reviews, maybe monthly or quarterly. Create feedback loops so content creators know what's working and why. Stay curious. Keep learning about analytics tools and techniques. And foster a culture where it's okay to experiment and sometimes fail as long as you learn from it.
That's a fantastic roadmap for turning data into action. So really, the core takeaway here is that measurement transforms your blog from just, putting words out there into a powerful data-driven engine for revenue. It's all about seeing what works and understanding why it matters to your business.
Exactly. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about your own Shopify blog right now. Based on everything we've discussed, which one of these metrics could you start tracking today that would immediately give you some real insight into its true impact on your sales? Just one to start. And then ask yourself, how might that single piece of insight begin to change your content strategy entirely?
That's a really powerful thought to chew on, a great place to start. And of course, if you're looking to really supercharge your Shopify store's sales by acting on the kind of data and insights we've been diving into, you'll definitely want to check out Growth Suite. It's a powerful Shopify app designed exactly for this. It uses AI to analyze visitor behavior like those engaged blog readers and delivers perfectly timed, personalized discount codes to nudge them towards purchase. Its analytics engine helps track performance and find optimization opportunities, while the campaign engine creates those smart time-limited offers that can dramatically increase conversions, turning that blog traffic into real sales. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Shopify blog performance. We really hope this helps you transform your content strategy from guesswork into a measurable success.